Hello.
Good morning. We're just going to give folks a moment to come in from the waiting.
Okay. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you.
Good.
As a
Good.
reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please do remain on mute unless or until you will be appearing or speaking before the board. We'll give just another moment to make sure that everyone has entered from the waiting room and has connected to audio so they can hear us. Good morning. This is a hearing before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Wednesday, April 26th, 2023. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. Today's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. Before I review procedural matters, I will introduce Chairwoman Kathleen Joyce.
Good morning. Thank you, Danny. My name is Kathleen Joyce. I am Chair of the Boston Licensing Board. I'm pleased to be joined today by Commissioner Liam Curran and Commissioner Kiana Saxon.
Thank you. Please ensure that your audio and visuals are working properly. And as a reminder, please do remain on mute unless or until you are speaking before the board. I will call each item in the order that it appears on this morning's agenda. I will then ask who is present on behalf of the applicant. We will then make a brief presentation regarding your proposal, followed by questions by the chair and commissioners. Following the questions, there will be testimony beginning with elected officials or their representatives. Please limit your testimony to 2 minutes and please state your name, address, and affiliation, if any. We'll begin with the first item on this morning's agenda, calling item number 1, Lahara Restaurant Corporation, doing business as Mofongo Factory Restaurant, located at 299 Hancock Street in Dorchester. Has applied for a common victular license to be exercised on the above. 1 room on the first floor, kitchen, seating area, and bathroom, storage in the basement. Manager Yemi Lahara, hours of operation 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Attorney Nick Zazula. Attorney Zazula.
Yep. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Green, Attorney Nick Zazula, McDermott, Quilty, and Miller, 28 State Street in Boston. Here on behalf of the applicant for the CV license, Lajara Restaurant Corporation. As Attorney Green mentioned, with me today is Yemi Lajara. I see Yemi on now. Yemi, can you give a wave? There he is. He's far right on my Brady Bunch squares, but he's on with me today. We also have Jennifer Engelhart from the Broadway Company, who is the landlord and property owner. Yemi is the president of Lajara Restaurant Corporation. He's also the proposed manager on the CV license. This premise is located near the corner of Hancock Street and Dot Ave. It's kind of right across from D-Bar. It is the previous home of La Perilla Restaurant, which had some trouble at the site previously with unauthorized parties in the basement and other activity. The landlord, the Broadway Company, has obviously since evicted them and is working on bringing in a new, completely different and responsible, experienced operator, which is Yemi and Lajara Restaurant Corporation. Absolutely no connection to the previous tenant or operator who got in trouble. By way of some background on Yemi, he lives in Dorchester on Olney Street, about a mile away from this site. He went to Roxbury Community College. He has over 15 years experience in the restaurant industry, starting in 2008 when he worked for his father at the Santo Domingo restaurant, which is also in Dorchester in Four Corners, Geneva. He previously actually owned that restaurant and has since transferred it to his cousin, who now operates it. He also owns Rey de Pollo restaurant since 2015, which is located on Blue Hill Ave in Roxbury. Both of these restaurants are similar Dominican style restaurants to the concept here. Both are within about a mile and a half away from this specific site at 299 Hancock. So he has great experience in the restaurant industry and specifically in the immediate area of the city of Boston. He's never had any issues with the police at either of these locations, has never had any personal issues or problems with the police either on his individual behalf. Otherwise, no changes to the inside of the restaurant. Obviously, major changes to the ownership and the operation. but still 1,100 square feet, 19 seats. Requested hours of operation are 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. So similar, I believe, to what was there previously. And again, just to reiterate, zero connection whatsoever to the previous operator and tenant who had a CD license here prior to this one. So I think that covers everything, but happy to answer any questions you may have for me or Yemi. And as always, thank you.
Sir, I'm sorry, I'm Harbor Petroleum. I think you've got the wrong person on here.
Sorry, hello, Harbor Petroleum is item number 13 on this morning's agenda.
I'm sorry, but
we're on item number 1.
That's fine. I understand that. I thought you were addressing me.
Thank you. We'll get to that later in the agenda.
Okay.
Great. Thank you, Attorney Zazula. We'll turn it over to the board to see if there are any questions. Chairwoman Joyce, any questions?
Thank you. I have no questions.
None for me, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the judgment of this board. We're unaware of any concerns with this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time.
Calling item number 2, Quincy Market Kong Dog Inc., doing business as Kong Dog, located at 206 Faneuil Hall Marketplace, has applied for a common victual license to be exercised on the above, a stall in the Faneuil Hall Market Food Court. Manager Julia Kang, hours of operation 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant? Oh, great. Hi, Ms. Kang. I see. I'm going to ask you to unmute so you could speak to us.
Okay, can you hear?
We can hear you.
Okay, no. So,
Yeah, thank you. If you could just please briefly present your proposal to the board.
okay, actually we have like a street food, like a Korean corn dog. And then that's like easy to grab, and then we like make it cook. And then we have another location in Somerville. And then it's very success, and then yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the board?
No.
Okay, thank you. Chairwoman Joyce, any questions?
Is there any seating in the stall?
No, there is a Quincy Market, so there is no seating.
Okay. I have no questions. Commissioner Curran, Commissioner Saxon?
No questions for me, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board, Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much. Thank you for being with us, Ms. Kang.
Thank you.
Calling item number 3, WCH South Bay LLC, doing business as Dave's Hot Chicken, located at 10 District Ave in Dorchester, has applied for a common victular license to be exercised on the above. 1 floor with kitchen and storage in the back. Manager David Medeiros, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jamal Barot. I'm one of the owners of Dave's Hot Chicken, Nashville Hot Chicken. So just a little bit about the concept is basically a fried chicken concept that sells very limited menu, very simple, but a great taste and great product. So we have the franchise right to grow this concept here. It's out of California. So South Bay will be our first location here in the Boston area. I started as a dishwasher 34 years ago, and I grow in this business. And the journey started a long time ago. And I fell in love with the restaurant and people, and I enjoy it.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Chairwoman Joyce, do you have any questions for the applicant?
Thank you for that. I have no questions.
None for me, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ross Cochran with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant has completed their community process at this time and has the full support of the community for this project. At this time, we'd like to defer to the judgment of the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 4, Three Brothers South Bay Inc., doing business as the Halal Guys, located at 10 District Ave in Dorchester, has applied for a common victular license to be exercised on the above, 1 floor, kitchen, and storage in the back. Hours of operation 11 a.m. to 12 a.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
It's me again, Jamal Barot. I'm one of the partners also of Halal Guys. It's a great concept. It's a Middle Eastern fresh concept in American style, started in New York in a cart. It's a great American story. And we have a location already in Stewart Street and Cambridge, also Porter Square and Shrewsbury. And we're putting another one in South Bay. So we're very excited and looking forward to get that going in there.
Okay, who's the manager of this location?
The manager there will be Redwan. We didn't put the name on there. We have different candidates in there. We have Sarah, we have Redwan, we have Fahd.
Can you spell his name? And we'll also follow up, but we don't have it on the agenda. Could you spell?
Oh, okay. Rizwan is Rizwan.
Thank you. We will need that prior to issuance of any license.
Yeah, definitely. We'll provide all that.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any other questions. Commissioners?
I have no questions. Thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Morning again, everyone. Ross Cochran with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant has completed their community process at this time and has the full support of the community. We'd like to defer to the board's judgment. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 5, Warren Street Housing LLC, doing business as Commonwealth Land Trust, located at 570R Warren Street in Dorchester, has applied for a lodging house license to be exercised on the above. A 3-story building with 11 rooms total, 2 rooms in the basement, 4 rooms on the first floor, 3 rooms on the second floor, 2 rooms on the third floor, 11 residents. Manager Iva Comey, who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Attorney Derek Small. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Attorney Derek Small. I have a business address of 51 Dobson Road. And with me today is Eva Comey, the president and CEO of Commonwealth Land Trust. We are here today seeking relief for a lodging house license for 11 residents. I can turn it over to Eva and let her explain a little bit about CLT and the operations, if you guys would like, and do so.
Okay, great. Good morning. So just by way of background, we are a nonprofit organization. We were founded in 1985, and we've been providing supportive housing in the greater Boston area since then. Most of our units are in the Boston area, so we currently own about just over 400, and 270 of those are SRO units. We're seeking a lodging license for this particular building, which is part of a property that consists of 2 buildings. We recently acquired it. We're proposing to operate it the way we operate our other properties. We will have on-site case management to support the residents. Most of our housing is subsidized. The residents receive rental assistance through the state, through HUD, so through the city. We receive referrals mostly from the city, and the services are subsidized by Mass Health or the Department of Public Health mostly, but we also have other funding sources. We've completed the community process, so this is the last step. I'm happy to answer questions if there are any.
Thank you. So on-site case management, is that someone who's just there during the day? Is there somebody there 24 hours?
So the case managers will be there 9 to 5, and there's also a live-in staff person who coordinates the response to emergencies if those were to occur.
Okay, and what's the average length of stay? Are these year to year? Are these Can you provide a little bit more detail about
Mhm.
how long people
It's,
stay there?
yeah, it's considered permanent supportive houses, so they're annual leases. Some of the residents stay for multiple years at our other properties. We have residents who have been with us for more than 20 years. Some of them stay for a year or two. It depends on their individual circumstances.
Okay, and is there a common area? So, or is it just, do people enter like a main area, then go to their room, or is there individual access? Could you describe that for us?
So it consists of two buildings. There will be a case management office in the other building, and for this one, people would just enter. There will be common kitchens, but they would pretty much, go into their rooms from
Does
their
every
own.
room have its own bathroom?
No, they're shared bathrooms.
Shared bathrooms, okay. And no shared common space, common area?
On the inside of this, other than the common kitchens, no, we're not intending for community space.
All right. Okay, so 11 residents, so 2. And where is the kitchen?
So the kitchens, so we're currently trying to close on funding with the city and the state, and the building will be undergoing a pretty major rehab.
Okay.
So there will be a common kitchen on the second and the third level.
Okay.
So, but it's all still being finalized and reviewed. We're hoping to close in the next 2 months or so.
Okay, thank you for answering my questions. Commissioner Curran, Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
Sure.
Was this property used in this manner before you guys had it?
It was used as a sober house. We had twice as many residents previously, based on word of mouth.
Okay.
We don't have an official record.
Thank you.
No questions for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Keisha Santana with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant has gone through community process, and Community Project Right has provided a letter of support, but they want continued community engagement because this was a previous problem property. So they just asked that the applicants continue to engage with community and address any future concerns. And at this time, we would like to defer judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
And
Thank
you. Calling item number 6, AHF Speedway Holdings LLC doing business as Charles River Speedway located at 1420 to 1440 Soldiers Field Road in Brighton. Holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Marcos Doyle to Sean McDonald. Attorney Adam Barnowski. Attorney Barnowski.
Thank you, Attorney Green. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. For the record, my name is Adam Barnowski, attorney for AHF Speedway Holdings with the law firm Roberto Israel and Weiner at 255 State Street in Boston. With me is Sean McDonald, the proposed manager of record. We're here on a change of manager to replace the former manager, Marcos Doyle, with Mr. McDonald. Sean is currently the president of AHF, and he was instrumental in the redevelopment of the Speedway, including the selection of tenants, structuring of operations, and overseeing and implementing the management agreements on site. He has been a regular presence at the site during development since it opened. And with the recent departure of Mr. Doyle, will be taking over the manager of record duties. There was a resume provided with the application documents that details his experience, and we're happy to answer any questions the board may have.
Thanks. I don't have that in front of me, so I'm just going to ask the manager of record questions. Mr. McDonald, excuse me, are you a citizen?
I am a citizen of the United States.
Are you a resident of Massachusetts?
I'm a resident of Massachusetts, yes.
What is your experience in the food and beverage industry?
I've been a longtime manager and operator of commercial and retail facilities, starting with, we were the manager and operator of Old City Hall, 45 School Street in downtown Boston until we sold the property in 2017. My career started there in 1996. We've been operating the Speedway, and I've been the direct operator. I'm here right now since the facility opened in the summer of 2021.
Okay, and are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board?
I am.
and the
Yes,
laws of the Commonwealth as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol.
yes.
Thank you. I don't have any questions. Commissioner Curran, Commissioner Saxon?
Nothing further from me. Thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 7, 99 Restaurants of Boston LLC, doing business as 99 Restaurant and Pub located at 29 to 31 Austin Street in Charlestown. Holder of a common victual or 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, LLC managers. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Elizabeth Pisano from Upton, Connell, and Devlin on behalf of the 99. This is an application for a change of LLC managers. There are 3 individuals who have been removed and 5 new managers have been added. And there are no changes to the operations, and the manager of record is staying the same.
Okay. Thank you. I have no questions. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you?
No questions for me. Thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 8, Cisco Brewers, Distillers, Vintners, Seaport Inc., doing business as Cisco Seaport located at 85 Northern Ave. Holder of a Farmer Vintners Brewery and Distillers pouring license has petitioned to amend the operational hours of the licensed business from Monday, holidays and private events, 4 to 10 p.m., Tuesdays through Thursdays, 4 to 10 p.m., Fridays, 3 to 11 p.m., Saturdays, 12 to 11 p.m., Sundays, 12 to 10 p.m., to Monday through Thursday, 4 to 10 p.m., Friday, 3 to 11 p.m., Saturday, 12 to 11 p.m., Sunday, 12 to 10 p.m. Attorney Dennis Quilty. Attorney Quilty.
Good morning, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. Dennis Quilty representing the licensee. With me this morning is Declan Megan of the Cisco Vintners, Distillers and Brewery. This application is very simply to change the use of Mondays. When we originally started, we had Monday for holidays and special events. In the application, the request is to add Monday as a regular service day of the week as the other weekdays, Monday through Thursday. So that is the entire change, to add Monday as a usable day of the week, if you will. This is most likely to be during the bulk of the summer, if you will, Memorial Day to Labor Day, but it is to enable them to utilize the Mondays. We were requested by the board to reach out to the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services, which we did. Ms. White suggested that we reach the new Seaport Neighborhood Association because this is squarely in their bailiwick. We did so, and I received, I don't know whether they responded to the board, but I received an email from the head of that organization that they were not opposed to this application. And we're certainly here, happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Attorney Quilty. Chairman Joyce, any questions?
I have no questions. Thank you very much.
Commissioner Curran?
None for me. Thank you.
Commissioner Saxon?
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. I'm Anna White with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. The proponent reached out to the Seaport Neighborhood Association, and SNA did outreach to their members. While they are not in opposition to the Monday hours, they asked that Cisco remain vigilant in controlling the music volume and be considerate neighbors. The 4 Point Neighborhood Association also does not oppose this change, but wants Cisco to continue to operate in good faith and be a good neighbor. Our office would like to defer to the board at this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board. Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on recording support. Thank you.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 9, MHF Devonshire Operating V LLC, doing business as Hyatt Centric Boston, located at 54 Devonshire Street. Holder of a common victular 7-day alcoholic beverages license has petitioned for a change in ownership interest. Secondly, has petitioned for the approval of a management agreement between MHF Devonshire Operating Tenant V LLC and Crocker Management LLC. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning. Again, Elizabeth Pisano from Upton, Connell, and Devlin on behalf of the applicant. So first, this is an application to change the management company. The new management company is Crocker Management LLC. They are replacing the FBH Colby Hospitality, who we applied for maybe a year and a half ago. Crocker Management is owned by one person named Barry Rafferty, and he was actually the original manager back in 2016 at this location. So they're bringing him back. He's familiar with the restaurant, the layout, the rules, the regulations, but he's not the manager of record. This is just for the management agreement. And then the second part of this application is for a change of ownership. This is just a minor change in the ownership structure due to a corporate reorganization. The change won't have any impact on the restaurant or hotel operations, and there are no changes to the officers. So it's all within the same structure that's been previously approved. So that's all, and happy to answer any questions you guys have.
Thank you, attorney. I don't have any questions. Commissioner Curran, Commissioner Saxon.
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
None from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify in this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Good morning, Madam of the Chair, members of the board, Ana Calderon from Council President Flink's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify in this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 10, Modern Lunch Inc., doing business as Javelli, located at 387 to 397 A Chelsea Street in East Boston. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to Rose Square Inc., doing business as Rose at the same location. Andrea Rueda, manager, closing hour 2 a.m. Secondly, has petitioned to pledge the license to Modern Lunch Incorporated. And lastly, has updated the description of the licensed premise from rear entrance at 340 Bennington Street in 3 rooms and kitchen on first floor and cellar for stock to 3 dining rooms and kitchen on first floor and cellar for stock with approximately 4,450 square feet. Rooms are as follows: front room with bar and total seating for 56, main and back dining room with 93 seats, and 93 presidential dining room with 47 seats. The waiting area has an additional 22 seats. 4 bathrooms, 2 entrances on Chelsea Street, and 2 exits on Bennington Street. Attorney Lynn Joseph. Attorney Joseph, are you with us? Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning, Mr. Green, Mrs. Joyce, Mrs. Saxon, Mr. Kern, and members of the board. Brandon Melendez, the owner of Rose Square, doing business as Rose. I have Andrea here with me. She's logged on. Len is trying to log on at the moment. But just bring you up to speed, Brandon Melendez, here with Omar Melendez, my dad. We're going to be opening up Rose. Prior used to be Javelli's for the last close to 98 years. Trying to bring a different vibe to East Boston. So it's going to be a tapas restaurant, bringing international tapas from different areas. So just kind of paint a picture here. I mean, like Barcelona and South End focused on tapas, but strictly focused on Spaniard cuisine. We're going to be focused on international, different areas, croquettes, fish tacos, octopus. We're going to bring in, plantains covered in bacon, little things like that are going to just freshen up and bring just a whole other vibe to East Boston. So that's who we are. And yes, we do seat around 218 seats. And that's it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. You did a great job. You said the manager of record is going to be Andrea Rueda.
Yes, she's right there.
Where is she? Oh, I see you. I'm sorry. You're on the next row. Ms. Rueda, are you a citizen?
Yes, I am a U.S. citizen.
And are you a resident of Massachusetts?
Correct. I am a resident of the Commonwealth.
And what is your experience in the food and beverage industry?
I have over 10 years in the food and beverage industry, starting off of every position, host, server, and as well as a bartender in restaurants in Lansdowne Street, as well as helped open up a restaurant right on D Street. And yeah.
And are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth as they pertain to the sale and service of alcohol?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Commissioner Saxon or Commissioner Curran, do you have any questions for anyone?
Nothing further from me. Thank you.
None from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you. Calling item number 11, East Boston Malt Co. Inc. doing business as Cappy's located at 216 Border Street in East Boston. Holder of a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to East Boston Cappy's Inc. doing business as Cappy's Fine Wine and Spirits at the same location. Suresh Kumar Patel, manager, closing hour 11 p.m. And lastly, has petitioned to pledge the license, stock, and inventory to Northern Bank and Trust Company. Attorney John Meridian. Attorney Meridian.
Good morning, Attorney John Meridian, Democus Law Offices. With me, I did see Suresh Kumar Patel. There he is, for the applicant. East Boston Cappy's Inc. is buying the package store known as Cappy's at 216 Border Street, and we're seeking approval of the transfer of the license, approval of Suresh Kumar Patel as the manager of record, and a pledge of the license, inventory, and stock to Northern Bank and Trust Company. The pledge is for the loan for the acquisition of the business. There'll be no changes to the operation of the store. The closing hour will remain 11 p.m. There'll be no change to the footprint. Suresh is a U.S. citizen. He is ServSafe certified. He does own a convenience store in East Boston with a beer and wine license. His experience with that. He is a U.S. citizen and Mass resident. So these are the changes we're seeking. Again, it's a change in business ownership. There'll be no changes to the footprint of the store.
Thank you very much. Chairman Joyce, any questions?
Thank you, Attorney. I missed at the beginning of your presentation. Is Mr. Patel already an approved manager of record?
He's not the manager of record in the East Boston Beer and Wine Store, but he does co-own that one. It's S&H Fuel Inc.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Mr. Patel, the manager of record, questions. Are you a citizen?
Yes.
Are you a resident of the Commonwealth?
Yes.
Do you have experience in the food and beverage industry?
Yes.
And are you familiar with the rules and regulations of this board, the ABCC, and the laws of the Commonwealth?
Yes, I'm running
to the sale and service of alcohol. Okay.
Yes.
What is the current license, the current location's policy on the sale of miniature bottles and singles? Do you sell them?
I think the current store does have nips for sale.
Okay, was that discussed at all with the community about perhaps not selling them?
We didn't discuss that, no.
Okay. Would you be willing to not sell miniature bottles?
I need to talk to my client to discuss that.
Okay. It's just something I'm asking any of these transfers as they come before the board. Wanted to get information about whether or not it was discussed at the local level, the community level, or as part of your business plan.
Yeah, we didn't see a restriction on the license currently issued, so we're just requesting the same.
Okay,
for the
I
new
would
ownership.
appreciate it if you could just speak to your
Yeah.
clients about that, and then we'll follow up with you. Commissioner Curran or Commissioner Saxon, do you have any questions?
I don't have anything further. Thank you.
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you. Calling item number 12, Gina Guerrero, individual doing business as Cafe Jigu located at 102 Meridian Street in East Boston. holder of a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages with liqueurs license, has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to Jigu LLC, doing business as Cafe Jigu at the same location. Paula Osorio, manager, 1 a.m. closing hour. Attorney Mark White. Attorney White.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Mark White here on behalf of the proposed transferee, Jigu LLC. This is just a transfer from Gina to Jigu LLC. There's no change in operations. There's no change in hours. I'm here with the proposed manager and stakeholder, Paula Osorio. She's actually worked at the location for, I believe, close to or over 10 years. So she's very familiar with the operation, and that's it.
Thank you very much. Chairman Joyce, do you have any questions for the applicant?
Sorry, and is Ms. Osorio, is that her with you?
Yes, this is her.
Okay. And I'm sorry, did you cover the manager of record questions?
Her experience, I mean, she is a U.S. citizen. She is a resident of the Commonwealth. She's been at the location for over 10 years.
And familiar with the rules and regulations of our board and the ABCC and the laws of the Commonwealth?
Yes, I am.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions. Commissioners, do you?
Nothing further from me. Thank you.
None for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify in this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives? Are there any other individuals who would like to testify in this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And calling item number 13, Harbor Petroleum LLC, doing business as Meridian Street Mobile, located at 470 Meridian Street in East Boston, has applied for a retail package store all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above. The premises to be licensed is a 24-hour convenience store with gasoline, 1 floor with 2 rooms, 1 for store, 1 for stockroom. Total square footage of the building is 900 square feet. There is no outdoor area. Manager Joseph Prizio Jr., closing time 11 p.m. Attorney Lawrence Simeon Jr. Attorney Simeon. You are currently on mute. I'm going to ask you to unmute. We can't hear you.
How's that?
We can hear you just fine.
Good. Good morning, Attorney Green and board members, and Chairman Joyce. My name is Attorney Larry Simeoni, and I represent Harbor Petroleum LLC. They have located a convenience store and gas station at 468, 470 Meridian Street. They're seeking a Section 15 package store license, all alcohol, along with their 24-hour store, convenience store, which has been there since June of 2011. The proposed manager is currently Joseph C. Prizio Jr. He is with me today. And Mr. Prizio he's had extensive experience. He had a liquor license at a very large establishment, which he ran and operated, and was the manager in Revere, Massachusetts. And, he continues to have managerial experience of this particular location. The location is owned by Global Petroleum. This is a small gas station, as Mr. Green noted, 900 square feet. It has 2 rooms. One is a storage room. The other one is the gas station itself. Its hours of operation, Monday through Friday at 4:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. and on Saturdays and Sundays at 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. He has 2 employees working with him along with being the manager. He is the manager, works approximately 60 hours a week, and he's there usually every single day, Monday through Friday, and then the employees work the weekends. I believe the only thing I'd like to add is that he has been a manager in this location, and he does have extensive experience. I'm sure if you ask him any questions, such as the manager questions you have, that he'll have those answers for you. And I can answer any questions you would like to have at this time.
Thank you. What percentage of your square footage are you going to turn over to alcohol sales?
Good.
Me, ma'am.
Yeah.
To me, good morning. We're looking at approximately 40% of the store will have alcohol, but It'll be located, most of it behind the counter that doesn't have customer access. The cashier or myself, being the cashier, will access all the alcohol, including beer, that we plan on putting in cooler doors. At the back of the cooler door is accessed only from the cashier's counter. So the general public can't just grab and run. It is a small store, but it's an added convenience in that area for us.
Okay. Mr. Prizio, are you a resident of the Commonwealth?
I am not, New Hampshire.
Okay, you can't be a manager of record.
Pardon me, I'm sorry.
You cannot be the manager of record if you don't live in Massachusetts.
I just moved to New Hampshire a short time ago. Who do I put as a manager of record then? I own the store.
So I'm sorry, we'll have to talk to your attorney about this. It's state law in Massachusetts to be manager of record of an alcohol license. You have to be a citizen, a resident of Massachusetts. You have to have experience in the food and beverage industry. You have to be familiar with the rules and regulations that go along with the sale and service of alcohol.
That is a requirement in the rules and regulations of the licensing board that the manager.
Yeah, he just, like I said, he just moved, him and his wife just moved, so I'll contact Attorney Green and provide a substitute name for the manager's position, Madam Chairman.
I have a question, ma'am.
Sure.
I have a longtime employee. She's
This
been with me.
is a public hearing, so we might want to discuss that after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we can't approve you as manager of record, but we can continue with the discussion about this type of application at this location. Would you agree to a ban on selling nips and singles?
I need to discuss that with my attorney. I've heard about it. We used to sell them at my last store, and it was a strong part of the business. And I understand.
But this is a new business with no alcohol, right?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
You're not buying a previous location with alcohol. So what we're asking as the board is for people to not sell nips and singles as part of their business plan. It's not like you bought inventory of miniature bottles and singles.
Yeah, I would follow the
Something that
board's
should be
recommendation.
discussed at the community level.
I would follow the board's recommendation.
Okay. So I would appreciate a condition on the license that bans the sale of miniature bottles and singles. We're not voting on it today, but that is my comment right now. I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Curran to see if he has any questions for you, or Commissioner Saxon.
I'm good. Sorry, I'm going to reserve for comments, after comments of what happened in the community process. Thank you.
No questions for me at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Natalia Benitez with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. ONS hosted an abutters meeting on February 28th of this year. No abutters attended the meeting, and our office is unaware of any concerns. At this time, our office would like to defer judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Are there any further questions from the board at this time?
Was there any discussion at the community level about banning the sale of miniature bottles and singles?
No, there wasn't.
Okay. That's my only question. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything further from the board? Okay. Thank you. And Attorney Simeone, we can be in touch about how to proceed with the application, as it will need to come before us again with a manager of record who is a resident of the Commonwealth.
Thank you.
Thank you. With that, the board will take this matter under advisement as well. Those are all of the items before the board this morning, and that will adjourn this hearing. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.